I bet you didn't know there's 3 things you can do with your mouth that will help calm your nervous system. The first thing you can do is actually quite funny to me because one of my clients actually naturally does this. She's a horse girl, so she's around horses a lot, and this is something horses do. But I feel like she does it when she's stressed out during her workouts and it helps calm her nervous system. And then I started doing it during really high times of stress during my workouts. And I was like, wait a second, this is a vagal nerve stimulation. So it's as simple as this. She does it all the time during her workouts, and I always tease her for it. And then I noticed during my workouts, I'm doing it, and I was like, wait, I have to share this with you guys. This is actually a really good stimulator. We're creating vibration inside of our throat and mouth, which is taking tension off that vagal nerve. It's helping relax you, and it's just almost like an involuntary type of movement that throws your body off. So again, and this will help actually create blood flow and stimulation to your lips so they'll look more plump and thick and juicy and be full of life and energy. So again, this is all you're going to do for the first one. Is that ASMR? Do you guys like that? This second one I've actually shown in multiple videos, but this one's actually really hard for me because I have an adult tongue tie. So my web that connects my tongue to my mouth is very short. And this is actually a little painful for me, but this one usually works almost every time to calm my nervous system. I usually take a big sigh or I yawn, and it's as simple as this. You're going to close your lips and just move your tongue around several times clockwise and reverse clockwise. And I've shown this in other videos, but it's a great one, so I have to mention it again. So for me, when I have to go in front of my bottom teeth, it's actually really painful for me because my tongue is so restricted. But that one's also another good facial exercise to reduce wrinkles. So you're kind of like ironing out all of these like smoker lines you can get, but you're also moving that huge muscle in your mouth, your tongue, that is directly connected to the vagal nerve. That vagal nerve leaves your brainstem, wraps down the throat, and exits in the gut. So it's definitely affecting your tongue, and you'll have a lot of tension in your tongue if you're under chronic stress. So using that tongue muscle as so will help reduce stress. So you may find yourself yawning, sighing, stomach gurgling, coughing, moving about when you're moving your tongue about. And again, it looks like this. Super simple. Don't get mad. I lied to you guys. I said I was going to show you 3 things to do with your mouth, but this third one, we're going to use the whole head. So just stay tuned. Okay, friends, the third and final mouth, head, face, vagal nerve stimulator we're going to do is just head pats and head stimulation. So I actually started intuitively doing this when I was getting a bunch of concussions in my sport. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So this is a male dominant combat type sport, and accidents do happen. We're actually the only martial art that can submit and fight our opponent from flat on our back, and we don't hit or kick or strike. However, we're moving around, folks. So I do get bumped and, accidentally hit or kneed in the head throughout my, over decade of training now. So I've had to deal with a lot of actually very scary and very severe concussions. And this is something I started doing intuitively when I was getting a bunch of concussions and at the peak of my mold poisoning. And it's just loosening up the fascia around the head. I'm going to go ahead and put the mic down and just show you physically what it could look like. But this is a very intuitive practice. There's no like specific technique I want you following. Whether you have hair or you're bald or you have short hair, it doesn't matter. If you have hair, you can actually like kind of pull the hair a little bit, but we're really just trying to pat, scratch, and stimulate the dura of the skull up here, getting better blood flow, cerebral spinal fluid flow, and kind of manipulating the sutures of the skull to have less pressure and more even flow. It's going to look like this. You can press down on the top of the skull, especially back here on the occiput, on the back of the head. You can just create pressure here, or even take your hand and grab the back of the neck and then just kind of pat this area. A lot of lymphatic fluid can get stuck on the back of the head from tension, especially if this is the position you're in all day. If you're here, there's going to be so much tension back here. So really spend some time, honestly, just kind of taking your fingers and moving, especially above the temple, the ear here on the temple. Really move all of this. If you're really stressed out, you're most likely clenching your jaw, and all this jaw fascia is connected to the fascia on the skull here. And this is going to get really, really tight and restricted and cause headaches and brain fog and mood disorders. So honestly, just get in there and move the skin around. You can even scratch it, but like you see how I'm moving the fascia? And again, wrinkles are created from tight fascia. So if the skin and the fascia up here is tight, it's going to create tension here and make more wrinkles. Okay, guys, as always with vagal nerve stimulation, please do not try all three at once. Pick one, stick with it for a day or two, and see how you feel. If you deal with it well, that's a good thing. My light just turned off. But if you deal with your vagal nerve stimulation well, add a second layer. Do not do all three at once, because you can definitely drive your nervous system into overdrive with too much stimulation. So pick your favorite and leave a comment below and let me know which one worked the best for you.